chances of survival. I'd say it's least to none, but at least I know I can't be outdone. I'd say it's more to some, but at least I know I'm having fun. Why does it feel like we're walking backwards through revival? How can I fix when you know I'm going through denial? I'd say it's more to some, but at least I know I'm having fun. You make it forced or none, but at least I know I've got the sun. Oh, like it really matters now. Oh, like it really matters now. So you see, we no longer have a full recital. Now it's time for the changing of the FM dial.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Sorry for the late delay. Getting things going. I'm going to move this microphone down. It doesn't need to be in my face. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Leave it up to Facebook once again to make life a little bit difficult for us as we move some things around here. You guys are going to see the squirrelies and everything. Move that around. Hey, so today what we're going to do is I got some great feedback yesterday, and I appreciate that, guys. See, it's a community thing here at Write Code Live. We're here. It's all about you. Every day we're going to put videos out there. Next Monday we have the system in place. I was going to do it today, but I think it's a little stretch, to be honest with you. There's a lot of moving parts, and on top of that I had to deal with YouTube and Facebook and all the other things, especially when you're setting up a new site. So there was a lot of different things that were going on that were interfering, but I will tell you this on Monday. So what we're going to do starting Monday, we will stream live and we will take your calls and your questions. That's right. So if you have a question, a concern, something that you're doing on a web page, need a little bit of help, your computer, things like that, we'll do it right live on the air. That's right. We're going to treat you just like we do our customers, our support customers that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And you ask, how are we able to do that? How are we able to give you free technical support? We do that because of our sponsors and people that help us in our day jobs. So I sit here all day long doing this. So I might as well pass that knowledge on to you. Today's topic of conversation is going to be, we had some really great feedback yesterday from our shows, and just hang in there with us. We're getting there and everything. But some of the feedback is, hey, Jeff, what happens if I don't want to install Linux? Can I not run a web server? Can I not do that? Well, you can. If you have a Windows machine and you don't want to run IIS, which is Windows version of a web server, you want to run a Linux version or an Apache version, you can do that. And we're going to discuss that today. So today what we're going to do is we're going to install Windows version of Linux, MySQL and PHP, or commonly known as a LAMP stack, LAMP. I guess you guys can figure that out, right? Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. We're going to install that on your Windows machine so you can actually run a web server right from your Windows box. You can do all of your programming right on your Windows box and everything, just like you were on a full-blown server. Now, I do not recommend that you use this as a production server. There's a huge security risk that you run into, and we'll get into that later maybe. But for development, for local development, this is a-okay. It will work for you guys and everything. So the first thing is if you notice on the video, if you go down below, we make sure that we post, if you're on YouTube or if you're Facebook or wherever you're at, we post the links to all the things that we're going to be using today, the tools, so you can download, make life a little bit easier for you. I mean, heck, for us to type it into Google or for you to type it into Google, it's the same thing, right? So we have that for you, and so follow link. Talking about YouTube, Facebook, all that, make sure you follow us. We don't spam you, but make sure you follow us, tell your friends, family about us. And like I said, we're going to have a set like curriculum every week of things that we do. We're definitely going to do that every week, every day. You're going to see that calendar of events, things that we're going to cover that day. But the other part of it is that once we get our phone system, this is going to be like a radio station or whatever you call it, and we share, we do whatever. Once we get that up and running, you guys can call in during and we'll answer your questions. We'll be here all day for you. And how cool is that, right? We are your Geek Squad. I can't say that. I'll probably get in trouble, right? Some copyright or infringement thing. But we're here for you. And of course, we do follow the chat and as we grow, as we add our software. Someone once said, or not said, but someone told me the other day, is like, well, you got to get your site up and running so we can do the chat and everything in due time. We want to use this time to teach you how to do it. Just we're not doing anything different, anything behind the scenes or anything. Everything we're doing to get our site up and running, you're going to see, and then hopefully you'll learn from that. But part of that is setting up your dev environment, your development environment. So without further ado, I think you guys heard enough of me. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work, right? So the first thing is that we need to get a version of our LAMP stack that we're going to run on Windows. Now you have a myriad of options. There are a ton of options out there. I am going to give you the ones that I like, and then you can do whatever you want to do. But, instead of, I get people all the time. They're like, well, why don't you just install Apache native to Windows? Well, yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. You can absolutely do that. And it's up to you. But the two that I thoroughly enjoy, let me bring these open here. Wow, there's something going on with their website. What I use or what I would recommend, especially when you're starting out, is Xampp, Xampp, or WAMP, WAMP server, WAMP server. Either one of these will work. That's kind of weird that their site's doing it. What's up with that? Oh, they must have a pop-up that's not working right or something. So either one of these will work. Obviously, WAMP seems a little bit more, I don't know, they have a little bit more flair, a little bit more flair there. So you can decide. But for our purposes, we're going to install Xampp. And so it's very easy. You're going to do it for Windows, you're going to do it for Linux, or you're going to do it for your OS X. That's right. They do have a version that will run on, for all you Mac people out there, that will run on Mac. And this will give you your database, everything you need. Now, MariaDB. All right. So this is actually, for those that don't know, give you a little bit of history here. MySQL was purchased by Oracle a while back. And so what Oracle did is that there is a MySQL version, or MySQL. They renamed, or they put out their open source. Instead of calling it MySQL, they call it MariaDB. Same thing though. Pretty much same thing. There's some other nuances, but for our purposes and stuff, for argument's sake, we can we can just do that. So once you download, of course, you click the little download for your version. That's going to download to your download spot where you ever download, right? And then what you want to do is after it downloads and it's in your spot, you just want to right mouse click and you want to, obviously opening container, and then you right mouse click on it. And I typically on Windows boxes, because I don't know, Windows and their security and stuff, I just run it as administrator. I mean, that's typically the thing to do, is just run the dang thing as the administrator. Now it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, installing this is not a whole lot. Seems you have an antivirus running. Of course I have an antivirus running and everything. I'll just go ahead and disable my antivirus here. It's no big deal. Got a lot of things running. Yes, I use Kaspersky. I love it. We'll just say go ahead and pause protection. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you might want to turn off your antivirus. That does it. I mean, these are known products. I'm not going to send you to a backwoods somewhere and have you download some strange things. I don't do that. The government does that, but I don't do that. So here you go. So we're going to say yes. Do you want to continue with the installation? Yes. Important because active user accounts UAC is on your system. There you go. Xampp is probably restricted with UAC. Please avoid to install Xampp to see missing write permissions or deactivate UAC with the MS config after this setup. There you go. So they're telling you don't install it in the C drive. Microsoft, I don't know. This is the stuff that drives me nuts, right? I understand what they're doing. So, but I don't install typically to my C drive. I have an application drive that I install to. My C drive is solid state drives. Actually, it's several solid state drives. And but I don't ever put anything on there on my C anyways. And it's up to you guys. If you have one drive, you don't have a choice. If you have many drives, like I said, I would have an application drive. I have my primary drives, which are, all my core stuff, and then all my development stuff goes on my E drive. But like I said, it's up to you. Next. All right. We're going to say next. Yeah. See, it's providing free installers for, you get free installers, whatever. I'll install my own. There's nothing wrong with these free installers, but the problem that I have with them is you don't know what's going in, right? You don't know what other things they are putting in there. So I typically, and that's the purpose of this site. And what we do here at Write Code Live is we're going to show you how to do it, how the pros do it. So there we go. So we are installing. It's coming up. Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's glorious advertisement there. Ready to install. Next. And here it goes. So now it's installing. Unpacking files. It's not a huge install to do. Very, very simple. Notwithstanding the disabling the antivirus and the MS config. That's why you just right mouse click and say run as administrator. So when you run it as administrator, you have all the proper permissions to do the things that you need to do. Wow. Hey, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I think our sound is fixed. I spent today, back this down. Sounds like it's a little loud. I spent today actually setting up the soundboard. Wow. Yeah, it's clipping over here on the soundboard, but we're doing good there. So yeah, so I spent today doing that, getting the soundboard up and running and actually running it through a professional system. That's the other thing too. I think what we'll probably do is put together a series of videos for podcasters, things that you can do. We have software. That's one of the things that DeFerro Partners does, company that I work for, is that we write software for podcasters and telephony. In other words, phone systems and things of that nature. You probably, if you have called any technical support line out there, you probably used our software. Yeah. I mean, that's what we do, is we design call centers and tech support centers and things like that for a lot of different companies, major companies. So we're installing, but yeah, we have if you're a podcaster, we have a really cool phone system that you do. It's all in the cloud. You don't have to buy anything. It allows you to take unlimited phone calls during your podcast. And it's a monthly fee, and it's very cheap, very inexpensive. But we'll do that. So, all right. So we're going to allow it to give access. Nothing major there. And of course, now we're going to say finish. Do you want to start the control panel now? So, yep, we're definitely English, not German. I wish I could speak German. That was one of those languages. If I could learn a language, that would be the one. All right, here you go. We are now running a Xampp server. How do we know that we're running an Xampp server? Let me bring up a browser here. Let's close all this out. Oh, can't close the last one out. Client closes it all out. All right. So if you go to, that's Midnight Ocean. That's our old show. We did late night. So now you should be able to just type in localhost. Very simple. Oh, problem. Oh, we got a problem. Oh, do you know why? I didn't start it. So you got to start them. So here's the control panel. Hit start. MySQL. Hit start. FileZilla. We don't need that. What's really cool about this is the FileZilla and the Mercury and the Tomcat. So if you're running, and we're going to get into JSP, we're going to get into Java programming. That's for doing Tomcat servers for Java. FileZilla is for FTP, for file transfer protocol. You don't have to do that with this because you actually have it local. It's all stored locally. So if you want to move files in and out, and I'll show you where that's at here in a second. It's relative where you installed it. And of course, Mercury, this is a send a mail or an email server. So if you have a program that's going to send out emails or alerts or notices, and WordPress does that from time to time, you would install that. But there's no reason to start these. So here we go. So we started up the Apache. Now you can install them as a service if you wanted to. So they'll start automatically when your computer starts. I wouldn't do that. I mean, if you're doing a lot of development, you might want to do that. But you as a user, I wouldn't do it because this is using resources, right? So you want to control what's going on with your system. So now let's kick it. There we go. We are installed, my friends. That was easy. How easy is that? And this is how you set up a LAMP, which is a Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. Oh, it's got Perl too. LAMP stack on your local Windows box. That way you can now write code and do all the things that you need to do. Now, when I said earlier about the file system, so the way that this works, and I'll just go to it, is you have a folder in my case, it's in the E drive, right? And in my E drive, I put it under my applications. E drive, you have a folder called Xampp, and WAMP will be different. They'll put it in a different location, but it's Xampp, Xampp. Now this is a program. Xampp is a program, but it's kind of for you Mac people. This is the one thing a Mac got right. If I want to install a piece of software, I don't have to go through an installation process. I just drag the folder right over my directory and it works. Well, that's kind of how this works. Same thing. So all of your applications are in here and everything that you need to do. Now, your web root, where all your web pages will be stored, is right here at htdocs. And you go there, and then this is your, and remember how yesterday we did in our videos, if you haven't seen the videos on how to install a LAMP stack in Linux using Ubuntu, part 1 and part 2 were done yesterday. We did that. Today we're talking about doing on Windows. Here you go. Here's your directory. So if you wanted to create a file or your code, you would put it right here. Yeah, it's very simple. So here's the code that they have in here. You can make a backup of this and stuff. So that is it, guys, gals, ladies, gents, YouTubers, Facebookers, Twitchers. That is how you install a LAMP stack in Windows. And we did it in, maybe 30 minutes at the most. That's how you do it. Like always, I want to say, hey, thanks guys for joining us. Tell your friends about us. We will, increase the sophistication, but take baby steps. And every day we're going to try to put out a video showing you how to do something specific. Starting on Monday, you can join us right here live on the channel, and we'll answer your questions, take your calls, things of that nature, help you through the system. We'll do it just like we do for our huge corporate customers. But guess what? It's free. We charge them, but you get it for free from us. And so we're here to help you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are posting this up on our old website, which is the Midnight Ocean. That will go away eventually because it's just a lot of things to manage, right? And Write Code Live, it's writecodelive.com. Now, the site's not up because what we are doing is that we are building the site. So tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll put out a video on how to install WordPress. That's right, how to install WordPress on your site. And then starting after that, we are going to, I'll show you some things about WordPress, some things that you need to know, some things that you need to do for security reasons and everything. And we'll just kind of grow that from there. But the other thing is starting Monday, we're actually going to create our own template. I'm going to show you how to do that, on how to create your own WordPress template. There's plenty of templates out there that are free and they're great, but they just kind of lack. There's certain things you want to do. Like with us, we want to be able to add our chat from all of our pages, even from our Facebook, our Twitch, all of those things. We want to add all of those in one central location so they're all communicating with each other, because we have a lot of different people that watch the show from different platforms. And so we want to bring it all together. And you just can't do that with a template, with what they call it out of the box template. So we have to create that, and we're going to show you how to do that. And along the way, hopefully you're going to learn some programming. So get ready. This is good times. Enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure that you leave a comment. If you didn't, leave a comment too. That's okay. I get it. I understand. There's people out there that just, no matter what you do, are just not going to be happy. And that's okay. That's okay. You guys got to remember, I've lived technical support all my life. So there's not anything you can say or do that's going to hurt my feelings and everything. So take care of yourselves. Hey, have a great weekend as well. And like always, thank you very much. Have a great day. And, we're going to wrap up this song with a great song. Oh, by the way, the music that we play is from my good friend, Ed Roman. Ed Roman is his name, and we'll put a link to his on our sites, and get out there and get a great guy. Really, really cool cat. So be well, have a great weekend, and until we see you, and remember, tomorrow we're going to be installing WordPress. So hang out there. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what time. We're going to try to get a set schedule, but I haven't been able to do that yet. I haven't been able to hit those deadlines because been taking a lot of tech support calls these days. Take care. Be well.
I'm a messenger. I'm a radical. I am love. I'm a messenger. I'm a radical. I am love. Like any other human up with us all. The scars that you get each day make you stronger somehow in some way. Look for your own truth in your heart when it's bold. You know, it may seem like a coda, but I learned it from my Baba. It's not what you believe, it's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you do. What you do and